Hello, I'm XToycat and welcome back to a secret feature video. These are videos I make on my channel every single time an update comes out for Minecraft on the console to let you know about all of the features that were included in the update but weren't included on the official changelog. The reason these are called secret features is because the only way to find out about them is by naturally playing the game or by watching one of these videos. And hopefully you do all enjoy 7 more secrets I found in TU46. This update seems to have most of the secret features we've seen in quite some time, including one of my favourites we've ever seen ever, and you'll see what that is in today's video, but I think you'll all enjoy it. Hopefully you all do. If you do, like it and let me know because it helps out the channel, and let us know you do like the secret features. I want to keep seeing these every time an update comes out, and want to see perhaps more from TU46. I think there still might be more in this update, but today we've got 7 more, and let's start with the first one, shall we, which is Derp Golem. So this is one you might have known because it's on the PC in the Pocket Edition. It's basically one of the more fun things you can do with a snow golem, because let's actually take that off quickly. It's one of the more fun things you can actually do with a snow golem, because basically, you know, snow golems right now, they're a semi-useless mob, but if you want to have a little bit of fun, then you can see underneath their skin and like their thing, and basically if you just use the shear thing on them, then you can take off their pumpkin, and you can end up with, again, it's called the Derp Golem because just look how derpy their face is. Yeah, snow golems don't necessarily have to have pumpkins on their head anymore, which is pretty interesting if you ask me. So yeah, that is the first little feature here, the ability to take the pumpkin off the snow golem's head. As far as I know, you don't get the pumpkin back, so it's just really like, okay, if you want to have a funny looking snowman, then you can do that, and yeah, that's what this snow golem is right here. So with that said, let's move on to the next secret feature in this update, while we leave him to do his own thing, which is to do with the player's height. So yeah, the player height in Minecraft used to be 1.8 blocks all the time. I think they even lowered that somewhat recently, like, you know, earlier this year maybe, to be 1.8. However, they actually did change in this update to make it so when you crouch, you're a smaller height than that even yet. So yeah, right now, as you can see, I'm in a 1.8 block space pretty comfortably. However, if I crouch, I can go into an even smaller space, as you can see right here, up into here, because when you're crouching in this game, you're 1.65 blocks tall, which means you can fit onto 2 bits of snow in a way you otherwise shouldn't be able to. So yeah, just as a fun little fact, you can kind of just crouch over this thing, but you can't walk there normally. As you can see, no matter how hard I try, I'm going to walk right at it. It won't let me through. So you can make crouch only, you know, like pathways and stuff if you want to slow people down, which might be, you know, one of your things, like, you know, cover it with cobwebs then and some soul sand, and suddenly everyone's having a bad day. So that might be your thing. I'm not entirely sure, but it's worth noting that the player height is 1.65 blocks while crouching, and also it's 0.6 blocks while using the Elytra, which means that if you want to, you can go through like tunnels, well, like pretend flying. It's kind of like crawling, which is a new thing in Minecraft, because all you have to do is like fly as soon as you go in there, and as you can see, we can go right through the tunnel like that into very, very small heights. Again, look, there's 2 layers of snow here, and we're actually fitting through that, which is pretty interesting if you ask me. So yeah, with that said, let's move on to the next secret feature, and fun fact, these are all pretty interesting to me, because this next one is to do with the fishing rods. So this is a really cool change, again, from 1.9 on the PC, that as far as I know, you know, still doesn't really work entirely correctly on the PC, like it's kind of janky, and it doesn't really work as well as I like, but they've much improved it for the console, as well as adding it as a secret feature, because if you throw your fishing rod out, you can pick up items. So as you can see, I pick up the bow, and then I'm going to pick up the bow here too. So as far as I can tell, the key difference on the console is that it kind of locks onto items, whereas on the PC, you have to lock onto like the exact pixel or something like that, which means usually on the PC, you know, I'd throw it like there, and it would miss it anyway. However, on the console, all you have to do is fire in the general area, and it will pick it up for you. So yeah, you can now pick up items using your, you know, fishing rods, which is so cool if you do just happen to have an item that's out of reach or like down a cave somewhere, because again, let's you know, let's make up a situation, shall we? So we're on top of here, and the floor is lava between there and there. I can't really make the jump, but all you have to do is get your fishing rod in there, and suddenly your pumpkins come right back to you, which is just a really cool feature. I feel like there's going to be a mini game made from this or something like that, because it just it's got some potential for, you know, playing around with. So yeah, that is the 3rd secret feature in this update. The 4th one is like a lot of stuff, because they've changed a lot of noise in this update. It's not just the doors. It seems like the water bucket sound has been changed. So let me show you that right now. So I'm going to stop talking for a little bit so you can listen intently. So do you hear that? It's like more of a slushy kind of noise right now. And as well as just being the bucket noise being changed, the filling up a bottle has got a different noise like this. Do you hear that? I don't know if you could probably get that, but yeah, basically it's got more of a clunky, you know, thumpy sound too, which is very, very intriguing. And that also applies to Dragon's Breath, by the way. Whenever you fill a potion bottle with anything, it's going to have a very different sound, which I think is a nice little change. You know, like having Minecraft change its sounds every now and then. It's something that kind of makes sense, because the sound design is like, you know, it works, it's Minecrafty, but, you know, improving it a little bit, little by update, is just something I kind of appreciate. So yeah, different noise changes is the 4th secret feature here, and the 5th one is actually to do with secret, again, this is, I guess, or sort of a console exclusive, but it's more just options that we now have on the console, because if you want to turn off the save icon, that's something we can now do in the user interface. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. We can display chat messages and save icon, or we can turn them both off, which is something a lot of people might want if they're doing, let's say, a machinima, or they're doing something where they need all of their stuff to be hidden. Then turning off the save icon and the chat messages might be something that's useful for you. Or if you just hate those things like, save icon, who do you think you are? Then you can get rid of that with the ticks right here. So as well as being able to get rid of all of that stuff, one thing you can also do is in this update is also the other option I was mentioning is if you go to settings, games options, you can actually turn off the fly view rolling, which is a like console exclusive thing they added. I quite like it, but if you don't like it, you want to fly the Elytra like on the PC, you can untick that and it'll fly just normally. So yeah, just actually let me show you that right now. So let's turn some fly on and let me just show you because it's the easiest way. So as you can see, I've got that turned off now, right? I'm not actually entirely sure. Okay, so I'm messing up entirely here. But yeah, basically, okay, so I'm going to fly in the sky, and I'm going to, like, turn left and right, because basically, yeah, you can see this is, the rolling is kind of, like, gone right there, even though you can see my characters. But if we turn that back on, we get what we actually have on the console, which is, in my opinion, better. But, you might be used to the PC, or you might just not like it. You get the kind of barrel rolling thing where, like, ooh, yeah, look how steep my thing's going. So, yeah, I like it, but you can turn it off, which is a setting a lot of people didn't know about. So, with that said, let's move past the baby zombie villager and into the sixth secret feature in this update, which is to do with quick equipping. So, you might have seen it earlier with the pumpkins, but basically you can now quick equip mob heads and pumpkins, which is so handy because before you'd have to go all the way manually up there. Admittedly, it's not full quick equip because you can't just take it from your inventory and left trigger it onto your head. As you can see, it's not working, but you can just quickly press Y and put it straight onto your head. So if you want to like equip a pumpkin in a hurry because there's an enemy nearby, you can do that. Do you want to equip a dragon head in a hurry because they're the coolest thing in the game? Guess what? You can do that too. So yeah, you can now quick equip anything like this, and look how tiny the dragon head in my hand is, by the way. But yeah, okay, that is the sixth feature, and as a this is my favorite one because if you combine it with the the fact that villagers can now wear armor, then you can quick equip using dispensers. By the way, this works on yourself too, but it's way more fun on a villager, and you can make this happen. That's right, you can now have okay, so let's break this actually. You can now have, as of this update, villagers which wear dragon heads, and this is the most ridiculous feature I think that's ever been added. Just look at it. It doesn't even properly cover that whole head. But yeah, have you ever wanted to have mini ender dragons that you trade with? Guess what? This update has got you covered. So with that said, let's move on to the final secret feature, which actually involves us going to a mini game because it is to do with the Tumble mini game. So let's back out and go there now. Okay, so here we are in Tumble. We're just about to start a brand new game, and as you can see, they've added a brand new animation to the start of the game, which looks something a little bit like this. And I do quite like it. It's a nice little improvement to the game. Just look, you get to see the whole map, you get to get a feel for all the layers, and yeah, just it's a small change, but it's one that just makes me go, that is kind of nice. And I imagine, again, I haven't actually seen one yet, despite being playing a little bit of Tumble. I imagine they probably added, one of the new purple blocks or something like that somewhere. Haven't seen it personally, it might not be in there, but it's something they did in the last update, so we might just see that around there too. But yeah, the secret feature I can confirm is the cool little animation, which is great if you like your Tumble. I know it's a small subset for you, but if you like your Tumble, then now you can see the entire map. Oh, load in before you start playing. So yeah, that is 7 secret features in TU46. I will be making more of these if I find more secrets, so feel free to send any in that you have missed from this video, the combat secrets from yesterday, and the first secret feature video. A reminder that I've been making a bunch of videos and that you might have missed them because, there's been like 7 a day, and YouTube isn't too fond of sending 7, videos a day. So if you want to, see all of those videos, then check my channel. There'll be a link in the description to like the recent videos. If you want to see anything about this or like, combat console exclusive flying stuff or anything like that, you can find all of those linked in the description. Anyway, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed the video because I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.